Hi everyone, this is Stepan and welcome to Hanging Pawns. I'm gonna go over a miniature played between Karjakin and Navara at the Chess Olympiad in Baku, Azerbaijan in 2016. It was an astonishing tactical game in the Giuoco Piano, or the Italian game as it's known in the States, in which Navara allowed Karjakin to show how good he is in positions which resemble puzzles or tactical problems. Karjakin opened with e4, Navara responded with e5, we have knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5, and this is the Giuoco Piano, or the Italian game, and one of the most common positions in chess. It was played a million times. White here castles, black responds with knight f6, we have d3. White could also play c3, it's almost the same. We have d6 and now c3. After c3, this is still one of the most theoretical positions in chess with thousands of Grandmaster games. And it's also a position often played by beginners because it simply follows all opening principles we're taught when we start playing chess. You have to develop your knights before you develop your bishops, take control of the center, don't let the other side take control of the center. So it's an equal position with both sides having nothing to play for yet. From here, from this position, the games vary and there are different approaches white and black could take. Navara here plays a6, making room for his bishop to retreat if necessary and preparing the move b5, which would gain space on the queen side and restrain white's bishop on c4. The position is absolutely equal still, and even engines don't give white any advantage at all. Practically though, white is a tempo up, so the symmetry will have to stop at some point and the tempo might matter, and it sometimes does. Here Karjakin plays a4, responding to a6, not allowing black to restrain his queen side, and perhaps Navara should have played a5 instead of a6. To begin with, it would gain more space and prevent a possible a5 advance by white in one tempo, which white is now perhaps threatening. This would mean that he wouldn't be able to go through with the plan of playing b5, but there are benefits and downsides to both moves. a5 seems a bit safer than a6, I think. Navara plays h6 here, which might seem slow and perhaps another loss of tempo, but the entire position is slow and you can allow yourself room to maneuver. It's not like Sicilian positions or some tactical open Scandinavians or Aljechins. The move also has a very important purpose as well, which is to prevent white's pieces of ever reaching g5, which bishops and knights love doing in e4, e5 openings, especially in the Giuoco Piano. Karjakin plays knight bd2, developing his knight to the only possible square. It would be stupid if it went to a3. Black castles, Karjakin plays h3, copying Navara's idea to prevent the pieces from coming to g4 in his case. Navara develops his rook to e8, taking control of the file, which isn't yet open, but the rook has more scope here. Karjakin copies that with rook e1, and we have bishop e6, offering a trade, which is accepted. Bishop e6, rook e6, and now Karjakin plays b4. And even though this move might seem attacking and as if white might be better and threatening something, the position is equal and it doesn't really mean anything. Navara retreats the bishop to a7, and position is all zeros, completely equal, despite the fact that white just grabbed extra space and made the black bishop retreat. Here Karjakin plays queen c2, developing one of his last pieces, and we have d5. Here, after d5, Karjakin plays knight b3, which is a logical move, extending the scope of his knight, eyeing the c5 square, which isn't available, developing his pieces, opening more squares for his bishop. And the position is still a slow maneuvering game with no tactics. Now nobody is doing anything, nobody is threatening anything. And here Navara plays a horrible move. His first mistake, he plays b5, and I don't even understand how he could have played this move. I don't know. It's the same type of mistake lesser players often make against stronger opponents, and it happened to me a lot of times. and that's lashing out and trying to make something out of a boring position. And I'm not saying that Navara is a petzer compared to Karjakin. He's a super GM rated above 2700, but perhaps he felt intimidated by playing Karjakin. I mean, b5. It's a horrible move. It's a horrible positional move which gives away the c5 square, and it serves it on a plate to the knight that just came to b3 a move ago. Karjakin starts exploiting the c5 square immediately. He trades the only defender by playing bishop to e6, and black has to take it, and after he takes, rook takes e3. And now the c5 square is undefended. The knight can enter black's position at his leisure. Black plays rook d6 here, threatening to open up the position and have active pieces on the d file. I mean, after his b5 mistake, the position is not as equal anymore. White suddenly has weaknesses to target. He starts immediately by putting the knight on the open c5 square. It's a perfect square in the middle of black's position. Here Navara plays queen c8, which I had a hard time understanding at first, but the move is actually great, and it's preparing some tactics on possible tactics on the h3 square, and he has the maneuver knight h5 to f4 in mind, after which the queen is more than justified on c8, even though it seems to be blocking out the rook and disrupting the connection of rooks, and the queen doesn't really have to do anything with the a6 pawn, which it seems to be defending. Karjakin plays rook to e1, rook e to e1, preventing any possible tactics that could occur after the a file opens. And here Navara plays knight h5. It's a blunder that led into a tactical sequence that made him resign the game. It's a horrible move, but it's not that obvious that it's a horrible move. Karjakin grabs the pawn on d5 with e takes d, and Navara responds with rook takes d5. And now here I was wondering why rook d5, why couldn't he just play knight to e7 or something, but after knight e7 white would simply take the pawn on e5, and of course the rook can't take the d pawn because the e7 knight is hanging, and if knight takes, then the h5 knight is hanging. The best move would be knight f5, but that's just two pawns down, and I mean the position is collapsing. After rook took on d5, Karjakin played an excellent move, queen to a2. It's a brilliant move, attacking the rook on d5 and also threatening a takes b5, where black can't recapture because the a8 rook is hanging. Here Navara played knight f4, defending the rook, which is another horrible move because it allows the a takes b5 tactic again. He should have played rook d8, which would defend the a8 rook indirectly, but drop the e5 pawn instead, but at least he would have been able to hold his position for a few more moves, perhaps. And Karjakin just takes b5, a takes b5, and Navara plays another move which is too bad for his level. He defends the knight with rook to d6 instead of moving the knight. I have no idea what he was calculating, but I really can't understand it. Perhaps he thought that the position after bishop takes a6 would have been even worse. And rook d6, we have b takes c6, just grabbing the knight. And here Navara goes absolutely desperate, and he's pretending to have something on the king side. He plays rook to g6, and Karjakin doesn't even bother defending on g2. There's no point to that. He just centralizes and improves his knight with knight to d7. Here Navara takes on g2. Karjakin plays knight f takes e5, centralizing his other knight, threatening the rook, threatening the knight on g2 still, and Navara just resigned. And this game is extremely instructional because, at least for me, because I have the same problem I think Navara had in this game, and that's when you're playing an opponent you are afraid of, when you're playing an opponent who you think is better than you, even though his rating might be similar to yours. At least I believe many other players have a tendency to lash out and try to show your muscles to that guy. Just you're telling him, I'm not afraid of you, I'm going to play b5 because I'm not afraid I'm going to crush you, and then you just get crushed almost every time. And that's a big lesson to learn in the Italian. If just have patience, those positions can be extremely boring, but they could change in 1 second. One move could determine that somebody is completely lost. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. I hope you got something from this game. Bye, see you later.